All right, good afternoon. Hope you're well. Whatever time you tune into this around the world, I have Ellen Murray with me here. How are you doing, Ellen?
Hey, I'm great, thank you.
And the reason I've got Ellen here today is quite simple, because she is an absolute badass rock star who has grown her business to incredible heights. And not only that, she had a baby how many months ago?
Seven.
7 months ago. And in that time, being able to still continue to push forward, which my baby is 15 months old. And if it wasn't for my partner being there, I just don't know how you've basically done it, Ellen. So we'll jump in. Basically, I just want you to introduce yourself. Let me know who you are, what do you do, and basically, who do you help?
So I'm Ellen, obviously. I run ladies bootcamp programs, and we've got 5 locations now across Merseyside. Team of 10 of us, and basically we help ladies who kind of aren't confident enough to go to the gym, who have lost the confidence, who just feel like it's kind of last chance saloon for them to get on board, start feeling like themselves again and get the confidence back.
Yep. Awesome. And how long have you been doing it for, Ellen?
We're coming up to 4 years now.
Awesome.
4 years this summer.
How long have you been in the fitness industry in total?
6 years.
And what did you do before you decided to run with the ladies bootcamp stuff?
So originally I was a psychology student.
Yeah.
And then at the end of my degree, I thought, you know what, I'm going to do something I enjoy for a while. So I went off dancing for a while in Cyprus and Greece.
Yep.
Came back and got a job as a dance teacher.
Mm-hmm.
So throughout my job as a dance teacher, I kind of built up a good following in the community because I worked with like primary students. Got to know a lot of parents through that, a lot of ladies, the mums.
Yep.
When I decided to start doing like dance fitness sessions, a good old Zumba, that kind of thing.
Yeah, the Zumba revolution.
Yeah, I was on that. I built up quite a big following. Like the first ever Zumba class, I had 45 people in.
Yeah.
Just a leaflet. Through that, I built up like a big following through dance fitness. And one summer, I just decided to do kind of quite an informal, like, didn't even call it a boot camp, just a committed program for a month.
Yeah.
But we incorporated everything into that. So structured program, nutrition, and we had 15 ladies on it. The following month, I got 40 ladies on it, just through word of mouth because they'd done so well.
Yep.
And from there, I decided to just kind of put all my energy into growing this like ladies boot camp.
Awesome.
So
and at that time was like Zumba starting to get more and more popular and more competitive as well. So you're kind of starting to transition out, or did you get out before it got too crazy?
It was a bit of a weird one lately because my Zumba just exploded, but I did have that fear that everyone else's was probably going to explode. So I kind of was thinking a few steps ahead.
Good. Awesome. So I can't remember when we first started working together. It must have been close to a year and a half, 2 years ago, at least, I'd say.
Yeah, it was probably not last November, the November before.
Yeah. So about 2 years ago, almost. And when you first started working with me, what was your business like at that point? Like, how many members did you have? What did it look like? Give me just an idea.
We had about 180 members. 150 and 180.
Yeah.
And we were in 2 locations at that point. We were probably generating about 8 to 9 grand a month.
Mm-hmm.
But at that time, I didn't have any sort of systems. It was kind of run on luck every month that we'd get new people and people wouldn't leave.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a bit of, chance every month with the business. There was no structure in it. I don't know how we got to that point without
just because you were really good at what you do, probably. You'd build that culture, community, and you care about people. So it was based around word of mouth referral, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So what was the big challenge? Like, what was the problem at that point that made you like reach out to me and say, Chris, I think I need some help?
I was thinking ahead for the future. I was panicking that every month I was just hoping it would grow on referrals. And I was, obviously, the bigger you get, then I kind of got some staff on board. And I was always thinking, well, I've got to pay them, I've got to pay for the room hire, I've got all the bills to pay before I actually pay myself. So although I had this quite big business already, you know, I wasn't actually generating that much income for myself. And I was thinking long term, how is this ever going to sustain just like this without systems? So I knew I needed to get some systems in place.
Yeah. And what was the impact on you? Like thinking that like that all of the time, was it starting to affect you personally? Were you starting to get a little bit anxious around it? Or was it just that you were preempting that something needed to change?
No, I was at the point where I was really anxious, like constantly looking at numbers, feeling stressed if somebody left, like feeling really attached that I would like need somebody to sign up. So it's just not a good place to be when you're running a business, when you're trying to help others and in yourself, you're panicking all the time.
Yeah.
I definitely needed the help.
So you jumped on board. It was the 50K 90-day program at the time. And then what happened from there? Like, give us an example of the results and the transformation that you went through.
So immediately, as soon as I signed up, there was like your system in place for the 8-week transformation program, which is something I've never run before. So there was kind of a set up, structured program and system ready just for me to kind of get out there. So I followed everything, followed the videos, did exactly what he said, and I think we signed up like, I can't even remember back now, but it was like over 60 people in like a matter of a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Generated probably, it was about 10K, was it?
Yeah, I remember it was like, you sent me a message. I was like, holy shit. I was like, you outperformed us in new sales that month. That's for sure, which is kind of a crazy thing. But you literally blew up and got this message. Like, yeah, I think we've generated like 10 grand this month from just the 8-week transformation. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, so that for me was just like literally transform my business, having that model in place to have like 8-week transformation to then build them into becoming long-term members. It was like the perfect model for me, and it has been ever since.
Yeah. And right now, well, in fact, before we jump into like where you're at right now, what were some of the key shifts? Like, why did that 8-week transformation have such an impact versus what you were doing before? Like, what specific things did you do? Obviously, you started advertising, you started building marketing funnels, like email marketing, like all of that stuff. Like, what were specific things that you think really changed the game for you?
I think it was who we were attracting. So, like, we were certain we've got this program now. It's not just like, oh, we run memberships so you can jump on as and when, whoever. It was like, right, we've got this 8-week transformation and we help this specific person. So we were attracting people who really needed the help. But the biggest thing was probably red roping it a little bit with like the application form, the consultation call before they were able to sign up. That made a huge difference because it kind of showed that, you know, not everyone can join our program. It's only people who go through this procedure, and only if we think you qualify for it, then you can come on board.
Yeah.
So having that kind of message out there and that system in place, we got more quality people on board.
And do you feel that impacted people staying and then growing referrals from that? You brought more and more better quality people in?
Definitely. And then like more like-minded people would join then if they did refer people.
So you said it was like who you started to attract. What changed about that? Was it just that before you were trying to get any client you could because you needed to get clients, and then moving forward, like you went after a very specific person?
Yeah, I'd say that was one big element of it. But also just like it got me clear on exactly what we do. With having this 8-week structure, it kind of, we could give people a result in 8 weeks, you know, whereas more long term, it was just like, oh, jump on and see what happens, like follow our system. But this was like, actually, we can guarantee in 8 weeks you'll get this result.
Yeah, and obviously introduction of money back guarantee as well.
Yeah, definitely. Just to give people that confidence in you and that trust.
So since that point, I mean, that was like, say November, that blew up just before Christmas. I can remember pretty clearly. Where are you at right now? Like, how has the business grown since then?
So since then, from that, say, 10k a month. We've over doubled that by now. That's in just like reoccurring revenue.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, we always have our 8-week transformation coming in, which grows the business. So we're now up to like over 350 members, like full-time members, and we have about 50 people on our 8-week transformation right now.
That's awesome. You should be very proud, Ellen. It's killer. So obviously growing and growing and growing like brings new challenges. And what's the big goal for you now moving forward? Like, what do you want to hit? What's the vision?
For us now, I still get quite shy about revenues.
No, you'd be proud of it. Yeah, like tell us, like.
Well, the goal actually from this, we've already hit the goal we'd set for the year, which was to get to 350 members. But now the goal is to hit 30k a month.
Yeah. In recurring.
Yes,
because you'll brush that in transformations, right? Like you'll hit over 30k at times.
Yeah, we've January in this month we're nearly there with that per month, but to get that to reoccurring revenue is the goal for this year.
How many more members do we need to get on for that?
What are we up to? I've got all this written down. I think it's about 50 more members.
Awesome. So going through this whole transformation, obviously you've learned a lot. We worked together for an intense period of time. Now, then you joined our mastermind, like it must be about 9 months ago, something like that. And it's just been kind of crazy growth in the last 9 months. And had a baby like 7 months ago, which is just insane. I have no idea how you're doing it, quite honestly. Like Superwoman. And what would you say, like, what have you learned? What lessons could you pass on to other people who maybe have been in your situation? They might have had like some classes, like dance classes, but never really committed to something that was results driven, or somebody who is at that 6-7 grand a month and just really wants to, I guess, blow up their business, but they're just not sure how to do it. What lessons have you learned?
The biggest one is that you need a coach. Like, you can't do the stuff if you don't know it. Like, you need to learn from someone who's like a step or 3 steps above you.
Yeah.
It can be a big investment, but if you find the right coach and you do the work, then, you know, and you're committed to doing the work, then it will work for you. There's only so much you can do by just kind of hoping for the best and looking around at what others do. The other thing is probably just following what you're passionate about, because it's so easy in this industry to look around at what others are doing and thinking, oh, I should do that, or I'll have to jump onto that. But it's actually just being clear on what you want to achieve and moving with that.
And, you know, like one thing that you might not have realized, and maybe you have, I assume you have, to be honest, we've had multiple conversations back and forth about, like, I think a big thing right now is a lot of people want to do online training and stuff like that. And we've been like very clear on, Ellen, like this is your lane, like do this thing and do it really, really well. And you literally run one program. You've got a couple of other little bits that go on, but they're not fit. Like, this is just one thing you go really, really deep on. You become world-class at it, and it's paying off massively. Has that been a big part of the growth and success as well, do you think? Just focus?
Definitely, because I remember when we had a chat, like literally just as I'd had the baby, like a couple of weeks we met up. A couple of weeks after he was born, we met up, and like my goal was just to focus on this one thing. And my role as the director was literally to focus on growth. Because again, it's so easy when you have got a team of people to try and do everything, but if you just stick to your one thing you need to do. And that's probably been a massive game changer for me, is that what my role is now. Because your role does change as your business changes and grows. So
hard. I mean, you're at the stage where we've been talking about like what it's like to grow 500,000 to like 500,000 plus business. And definitely, like, if you have those aspirations, if you're listening to this, your role changes massively, where you now need to focus on only what you can do. I know that's been a huge, difficult transition for you, like delegating your team, because you're a really bubbly, nice person. You probably don't want to feel like the boss, but in order for everybody to benefit, you've got to be a delegator. Has that been a challenge as well?
Yeah, a real challenge, but it's something now that I feel like the last, just say 2 or 3 months, I've really stepped into the role. Again, using the systems you've taught me with managing the team, daily team meetings online, weekly structures that we follow, just so the team know what's expected of them and that I'm there for support. So like you say, I give them my set bit of time to support them, and then I can get on with my role then.
Yep.
So yeah, that's been a huge thing, but I think it's something that does take practice and a mindset shift as well.
Totally. And because you're at this level now, like, here's what happens in business. When you first started working with me, you get really, really busy. You become massively overwhelmed and overloaded because you're doing absolutely everything. And then the challenge is like, okay, how do I get people on board and grow a team? Then you grew a team, and then it's like, all right, I'm growing the team, but now I'm still doing everything. And then that transitional piece is from you being the everything to like, okay, I need to elevate and build the team and delegate, build systems, operations, procedures that they can follow. And then how growth happens. So you've done that obviously incredibly well. So for anybody listening right now who's kind of stuck growing the business, what would you recommend for them out there?
Probably my biggest thing was, and it does sound like I'm just like trying to big you up, but it would be to reach out and get a coach. That has been the biggest game changer for me. If I hadn't reached out to you, I probably would still be stuck under the 10 grand mark, doing everything myself, being stressed out, stressing about numbers, not having really good systems in place for marketing. So that would be it, is to reach out and find a coach.
Definitely. And I think sometimes people assume that when you grow your business, things get easier and you have more money, but you just have bigger money challenges as well. So I guess for you, I know we've had a few conversations recently. I'm sure Ellen won't mind me saying this, but when you grow your business, like, you need somebody who's been through those emotional thresholds of like the barriers that you go through. So that 7 to 8K, like doing everything, you need somebody who's experienced that. Then growing a team, you need somebody who's experienced what it's like to have a team. And then once you get revenue to a level where your role becomes so small but so specific, you need somebody who's experienced doing that also, but also the financial challenges that come with it. You now have a big company, you've got VAT liabilities, you've got responsibilities, you've got so many people that are underneath that are responsible. And has that been a huge help as well, Ellen, just having that personal support from me throughout that?
Oh, massively. Like, I don't know how you've coped with my little emotional moments, but you have. Yeah, I think because having someone who's been there and done it and knows kind of how to get you through that, and just not even just listening, but giving you, advice on how you dealt with it and what I should do to move forward with it, that's helped so much.
Awesome. And one thing I want to just give Ellen massive kudos to, like, I don't know, I speak to a lot of people who have a lot of reasons for not growing the business, right? They're too busy, they're too that. Ellen had a baby 7 months ago. Like, she was pregnant for 9 months before that, clearly. Like, the last, 14 months of your life has been dedicated to growing a baby and then nurturing a baby. And I just think you need massive props and kudos for doing that, because I know how difficult it is having a 15-month-old son myself. And quite honestly, I'm super proud of where you're at, and I'm just so looking forward to helping you smash that next level and keep growing.
Oh, thanks, Chris. I couldn't do it without you.
All right, guys. So this was Ellen and her journey so far. I'm sure it's been inspirational, massively helpful for you all. And even, I mean, we could have spent hours going through the intricacies, but just her story alone, understanding that no matter what situation you're at right now, you're able to create a killer business. So if you're looking for results like this, you need some help, support, some guidance, happy for you to reach out, let me know, and we can schedule a time to chat and see if we can help you blow up your business too. Ellen, any final parting wisdom for anyone who's looking to grow?
Just to kind of believe that you can do it. I'm no different to anybody else. Sometimes you think, oh, it's all right for her or it's all right for him, but actually we can all do it if we're committed to it and believe that we can.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing, Ellen. Appreciate you taking time out your day, and we'll chat soon.
Oh, fab. Thanks, Chris.
Take care.
See you soon. Bye. Bye.